The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for the Diagnostic Trading Hour with your host, Darrell Martin. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Darrell Martin.
All right, folks, welcome back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. I'm your host, Darrell Martin, right here on TFNN.com. Also, you can listen to us on your mobile phone anytime, anywhere at TFNN.MOBI. 9 hours of live, real trader commentary each and every day for you. All right, so what do we got, man? We got the markets just getting slammed on down. We need to go back and do a little news cap. Let's figure out where everything's at, where everything's going, and get ready for next week as well. With the whole plan together. Okay, so what do we got? Let me pull it up. We'll talk about Apple yesterday, and that was happening. I was on the air with Tommy O'Brien on the Tommy O'Brien show yesterday. We were going through as the Apple earnings were coming out. That was fun to watch. And the brilliance in the entire plan. Let's check out where the market's at right now. I'll catch you up on that. We'll go back. We'll review what earnings announcements have come out, what's coming out, and what news announcements are coming up. We got the S&P. It is currently up just a couple points on the day. Pretty flat now. Russell only down 80 cents after being down a full deviation, making a full retracement there. We got the NASDAQ is up a solid 32 points on the day. A lot of strength. Wonder what was driving that one, right? So Apple sort of keeping that one afloat, but it had its hard hit. It actually did drop on back down, pulled on back up, but a lot of volatility, a lot of very cool, great volatility over in the NASDAQ today. Checking out the Dow, we got the Dow down 4 points right now. We have copper is currently up almost 2% on the day. Gold is up about $5. We got silver up 1% on the day. Natural gas is down about 0.75%, so 0.6 there right now. Is this maybe 0.7? We got oil right now is up 50 cents on the day. We got corn. Looking on over to the corn markets, checking out a couple ags for you. We got corn down a couple dollars. We got soybeans down a couple bucks. Not any big moves there in corn. Euro dollar currently at the moment, doesn't always tell the whole story, but up 8 pips from yesterday's settlement. We got the Aussie dollars down 36. The pound dollar is up 11. Dollar franc is currently down 15. Dollar CAD is flat. Dollar yen is down 22. Aussie yen's down 46. Euro yen is down 17. Pound yen is currently down 10, and the euro pound is down 5 pips on the day. Like I said, that gets us caught up on that side of the story. We had a few earnings announcements come out, and one of those that really, really mattered. And but let me resize so I can bring these charts over to you. We'll look at those. And like I said, there's a lot of great volatility last night, today, but it was interesting. Apple, about 4:35, at 4:35 they release their earnings. And so we're sitting here watching this, and it's coming up, and all of a sudden they halt the stock 10 minutes before the wire release comes out. Halts. It's like, what? And then while that's happening, okay, the NASDAQ has a clue of what's going on. Nice advantage of being a futures trader over just a stock trader. You could have, So NASDAQ's flying up. It's just going. And just amazing. It's like taking off. And it's like, okay, what are they about to say? Because this is about to be good. And I'm like, is it Facebook? And I look over at Facebook. I'm like, well, their earnings were okay. It popped up. Wasn't a big deal. We were at Qualcomm. I'm like, okay, their earnings were not good. So that's obviously not driving the NASDAQ. It has to be whatever Apple's about to announce. The main thing they announced, they went in, they're going to do a stock buyback program. They're not going to use, they have this massive hoard of cash, like 10th largest, company, like reservation of cash or something. They're not going to use any of their cash because it's not here in the U.S. And because of the whole tax issues. And so instead, what they're going to do is they're actually going to tax a break. They're going to borrow money, which, I mean, they have so much cash, it's not even funny, so they'll obviously get an incredible nothingness interest rate, because even a fraction of that would be awesome to have. They're going to borrow money, and they're going to buy back stock from their investors. Okay? So they're going to go back into that big buyback program, ICANN gets his way, all that. But what's even more amazing is they're going to do a 7-to-1 stock split. Why is that such a big deal? I mean, people love stock splits. They get all excited about them. But why is it such a big deal? Because now you're going to take a stock that is out of a lot of investors' range, okay? $600 a share. And you're going to make it 60, 70, 80, 90, dollars a share. Now you just got a whole new category. Obviously, all the wealthier investors are going to be able to still do it. They're going to buy more of them, so the volume is going to go up. And now all these retail investors can get in because they get in cheaper, so the volume is going to go up. So just by doing the buyback program and then by automatically doing the stock split, they're going to have more volume driving it, and they're going to have more people in the market getting in, so that way everybody is either going to own an iPad, an iPhone, or they're going to own shares of Apple. And whatever you want to say about their lack of ingenuity in their technology lately, they're making up for it with their stocks. And how far is it going to drive them forever? No, of course not. But it ought to get a nice bump. And I was sort of bearish on it. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the chart setup and talking to Tommy. He's like, no, he's definitely short on Apple, like bearish on Apple. But he's like, yeah, we're gonna see it pop, but just the whole setup. He's like, we'll see it, but right now, we'll for it to go on up. Now let's check this out, okay? But we haven't really seen anything. So you see that massive move and nothing happens. So market opens up. There's not a whole lot going on. People are still trying to figure it out. And we go over to the NASDAQ, though. We saw plenty of action in the NASDAQ this morning. So quite a little Apple, but big NASDAQ moves. We also had some great moves over in the Russell this morning. But that ought to catch up. CEO, Facebook walking out. COO, there's a rumor. Doesn't matter, depends on what article you read at what minute, whether or not she's leaving. So, they're all cashing out of their shares, I guess, and just walking. That's pretty much what it is. They're like, thank you and good night. I had to stay on till this date. I did it. I've made my billions, and I will see you later. But, Facebook has over 1 billion users, and they got advertising going, and they're not going anywhere. So, but just to see a company launch, and then the CEOs and walk, and COOs potentially be walking, is definitely a unique model. That quick out of the gate like that, it makes sense. It's just I came, I conquered, I'm done. Next, let me go spend my money before I die. I guess that's where they're coming from. But all right, so where does that get us now on the rest of the market and what all is going on? Let's check out the other news we have, and let's make sure you know about the other earnings announcements that are on the roster, okay? So looking on over at my news plan here, what do I have listed? We got the 24th. This morning we also had Verizon. Okay, so Verizon released earnings this morning. And that should be up on there. We'll bring that up as it gets around to it. And we got, then a few others coming up tonight. We got Amazon is going to be releasing at 4 o'clock. So if you are a NASDAQ trader, or if you're an Amazon trader, if you're an indice trader, period, be aware of that. Okay, that can have a pretty nice impact on the market. It's not as big as a Google impact, but it can shake things up. It'll also make things quiet down. It's big enough that it'll actually quiet the markets down. The Dow is going to have Visa come out right after the bell at around 4 o'clock. And we're also going to have Microsoft coming out, which affects both the Dow and the NASDAQ. And it usually comes out right around 4:05. I think the last announcement came out at 4:03. So after 4 o'clock, which we'll be looking for the Microsoft release. Now, you may hop on their website. It may say 4:30. What they're talking about is the press conference, which is different. Okay? Again, that is different than the actual release. And the release is really sent out the newswire. All the analysts and economists, they're pouring over it. All the news companies are grabbing it, and they're writing up all their articles real quick, and they basically have a good and a bad one where they fill in like 3 numbers and hit submit. So that way they're the first ones out there with the news article. And then they have a conference call where they can come in and they can ask questions about how, what is your forward guidance? What do you think about this? Is this a concern? Because we think it is, And the CEO gets the fun job of defending everything and making everybody happy without getting them so excited that they drive a stock up and then drive it right back into the ground. Okay? So I remember I used to work for Apollo Group, and whenever I worked there, the CEO, Brian, he actually would not give them forward guidance. It would drive them crazy. He's like, I don't know what's going to happen, and neither do you. He's like, here's what we're doing. You figure out how that's going to impact our bottom line. My job is to grow this company. Your job is to do the math. It was just funny. He would just he'd push him off. But anyways, that catches us up. I'm trying to pull it up. I don't know why Verizon's not showing up, but right there, it's down for the day. And you can look at Yahoo Finance. Also, I have a bunch of articles over on Yahoo Finance. If you haven't checked it out, I've got a new series. I'm launching this new series right now of articles on Yahoo Finance. If you go to finance.yahoo.com, you type in Nadex, and they're syndicating everything I'm writing out there now. But how to calculate profit and loss, the new Nadex market maker that just came on, binary options trading, how traders impact the price of a binary contract. So a lot of binary articles, and 5 common fears and misconceptions about them. So a lot of stuff, basics, top mistakes that binary traders make, on down the list. But that ought to get you, at least going and understanding some basic concepts and take you from there. If you'd like to learn more about that, feel free to check those out. What other news events do we have on top of the week? That's what we're going to find out about right after this break.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock in option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Investors, Taz Market Research delivers to its subscribers expert commentary on the analysis of 15 different markets each day. Get this invaluable and timely information through the daily market research videos Taz Market Research produces each day before 9 a.m. The video analysis will include reports on currencies, interest rates, indices, metals, energies, grains, and more. You'll be able to gauge where high profitability setups are in each of the markets. Receive a free 2-week trial subscription to Taz Market Research videos on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN is back with another Tiger Dollar special, and as part of this promotion, not only can you receive up to a 25% bonus on whatever you spend, but you can also gain access to a 5-part live webinar series with Tom O'Brien taking place the week of April 28th. Each morning during the week at 8 a.m., Tom O'Brien will walk you through how he sets up the market live and digest the previous day's trading action while analyzing overnight markets abroad in order to anticipate what kind of trading day to expect. Each 60-minute live morning webinar will be archived by around 9:30 a.m. that very morning, so that if you can't attend live, it'll be available for your viewing pleasure on demand whenever you're ready. Tiger Dollars can be used for any TFNN newsletter or service, and they never expire. So now is a great time to lock in extra savings on all TFNN products. Don't miss out on Tom O'Brien's 5-part webinar series. Get your Tiger Dollars today with up to a 25% bonus on whatever you spend before this special is over by visiting TFNN.com.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhoades, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzamento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Darrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing. Darrell takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
All right, folks, we're going back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And like I said, it was an awesome morning on the NASDAQ. So hopefully we took advantage of some of that. I was focusing mainly myself over on Russell. Yeah, let's pull it on up. Let's look at it. And you can just see, like I said, some great price action right over here. And amazing. I mean, just the last week or two has been fantastic. But look at that run right down. How far down did we go? Went right back down to settlement after running up to what? Yep, right up to a deviation level, bouncing off of it. So early this morning, of course, I mean, the thing's just taken off. Let's go back to like earnings here. Okay, so nothing's happening. We're waiting for earnings. All of a sudden, Apple's going to put everything on hold because some cool stuff's about to happen. Oh, okay, cool. Bam, goes up, starts riding it up. Nice trade, in, take profit. Another one. I mean, just last night. You go in, you're taking that late session trades, and then it just slows down. Not much happening. Europe wakes up. They're like, let's get some of that. Market starts rising on up. And then this morning we pull back down. So we'll talk about that here in a little bit, but you'll take a nice ride all the way back down to settlement. I mean, the ultimate gap fill trade, okay, right there. And volume telling you to do it all the way. See, volume exceeding expectations just over and over and over and over again, going all the way there. And pushing all the way down. We get right down that deviation level and bounce right off of it. And really has a hard time, just goes into chop mode. So we go into chop mode mainly, and then it starts, does another downtrend. We start pushing on back down. And flips around as a just perfect uptrend right off of it. So just trailing and then boom, get long, go long with it, go into a little chop mode again, get another long, and now we're flat. Pretty much sitting right at the half deviation day. Market is pretty exhausted, and I'm sure you are too if you have been trading through all that. But there's just a lot of money to be made, and I hope you took a good chunk of that out of the market and put it in your pocket today, which means, as a reminder, put it in your pocket. Take it out of your account and put it in your pocket. Okay? Some of that, at least. And remember, you're trading to make money, which means you're trading to make withdrawals. Don't forget. It sounds so funny, but I mean, people sort of, they want to trade to win. They want to trade a profit, but they forget they're trading to actually physically have it. Okay? Send it your way. All right. And so we got the NASDAQ and rocking it out. Let's talk about what other news things we had on the board, because it was just, like I said, it was a stellar day. And I want to review with you the news announcements we had on our list and the ones that are coming up as well. So mainly it's earnings. I mean, we're primarily earnings driven. But this morning we had the core durable goods. Also, as a reminder for you, if you don't know, Australia, New Zealand, bank holiday today, okay? So put that one, it's called Anzac Day, and I don't know what that is. I'm going to have to ask Ben, as a programmer, trader, I know. Australia, I don't know what Anzac Day is. I'm sure I can Google it. But anyways, so they're on holiday today, so that, of course, can impact that pair. And the core durable good orders came in much better than expected. Unemployment claims came in much worse than expected on the day. So it's giving you a mix of reports at the same time. Unemployment claims doesn't usually have the greatest consistency in moving in the market by itself. But let's see here, and I'll pull up the news impact, and we'll go into that on how much does the news actually impact that trade. What is the Forex impact? What is the expected volatility? And don't get deceived by the news impact here, the seismic quake index, okay, and all this stuff. That's something I looked at. I was trying to master this whole SMQ thing, and it, red doesn't mean big move. That's pretty much what I learned. And SMQ doesn't mean much of anything. So, what did we have? We got durable goods. That was really the main report of the morning. And the durable good orders that came in much better than expected. So, what's up with the market dropping? We'll talk about it when we get back. But regardless, who cares? Trade Forex on the news and make yourself some cash. We'll talk about that too. All right, we'll be back right after this break.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Andy Heck's powerful weekly newsletter, the Techni Commodity Report, has delivered multiple triple-digit winning trades in recent months. And right now's the perfect time to get a full month-long trial to Andy's newsletter with no obligation to pay anything. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techni Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you'll lock in the low rate of only $59 a month. Sign up right now for the Techni Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Darrell Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Darrell Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or Tiger TV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
All right, so we had the core durable good orders, usually not a very volatile trade, and it followed course today over on the euro dollar itself. And just a pretty small move, but we can pull that up, we can look at it, and let's see how it worked out, okay? Let me pull one more chart up over here to get a real basic chart for you. And maybe throw on some expected moves on there. Let's look at time-based charts since we're doing news. It's always good to put that perspective in front of you. And I'll throw on expected levels and all that. Okay, we'll do that. All right, so I'm going to bring this up again. Core double good orders, usually not a volatile trade. I'm going to talk about what trade we have coming up, because we have one coming up for tonight that you can put on too. But what are about 20 pips? 15, 20 pips is the usual move on the durable goods orders. So let's see what we had this morning on it, because obviously we all know it was a big volatile morning. And when did the release come out? You look at that, okay, it came out at 8:30. Make sure you have the same time zones on your charts, on your computer, as you do over on whatever Forex news site you're looking at. And let's check it out. What did it go down? 24 pips. That's the 9 o'clock. We go back to 10 o'clock right over here. Back up 30. So, what that means? It means we met it out. Basically about zero, give or take a few pips. So, if you would have done Iron Condor on a very flat news announcement this morning, even with all the action going on over in the indices, which is awesome, you could have actually taken out a profit on that trade just by popping an iron condor in on there for an 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock expiration. 8 to 10 expiration would have worked. 9 to 11 expiration. Pick your poison. They pretty much all worked. So hopefully you got some of that. I'm constantly telling you, hey, do these iron condors on the news. And I go into step by step what they are, and I talk about how to put them together. You buy a spread below the market, you sell a spread above the market, and you collect the difference, and you have like a massive break even, and you have a huge 1-to-1 reward risk ratio zone, which means the market has to go really, really, really far against you before you could even lose what would be your 1-to-1 risk reward ratio. And you'd have to break all the expectations. All right, so we got one coming up tonight. We do. We have pound dollar is going to be releasing 4:30 a.m. Going to have their retail sells. I don't know about you. I'm not going to be awake, but that doesn't mean I can't trade it, okay? So I'm going to go in, and do I take a direction? No, I have no idea what way it's going to go. Neither do you. If you do, you don't have it legally. So retail sales numbers are coming on out, and what kind of moves should I expect? And when I look at this, I don't just think, what kind of move should I expect? But I think, okay, what kind of move should I expect from midnight? Now, the report doesn't come out till 4:30, and I'm going to put the trade on, though, before I go to bed, okay? And I'm going to put my take profits in there, get in, done. I don't have to worry about my stops, or I can, put in a stop trigger. So depending upon, how you want to do that, check out our website. We'll help you out, learn how to do all that. But I don't have to sit there and babysit it all day and all night long. Just go on, I put the trade on, and let it take care of itself. And I'm going to look at the 7 a.m. expirations on the spreads. And again, I'm going to do this over on, let me pull that up for you, the pound dollar. By the way, just wanted to point out another beautiful one deviation perfect move right there on the euro from high to low. Don't forget, if you're trading the futures, you're trading the forks, you're trading the spreads. If you're trading anything, we got deviation levels on it. Just let us know what you're looking for. But we have them, and we'd be happy to provide them. They're built into the site for you. And we update them every day at 8:30. All right, looking over at pound dollar. What do we have? We have pound dollar, and we have the moves coming out at 4:30. So you're going to get in at midnight. You're going to hold the thing till 7 or take profit. And the movement that we have on this from sort of the A to Z zone here, let me see, A to X getting out of the trade. About 20 pips on the last report. Now from high to low, it moved huge. It moved like down 13 and up like 70, but plenty of room there. I mean, if you're getting $40 on the trade, you'd be perfectly fine. Looking over at the pound dollar, the previous report, again from midnight to about 7, about 40 pips. So definitely would want at least $40. We had one big mover and shaker. We always got that one. Okay, there's always one in the family, right? So right over here we got it's a big move. It's like a 100 pip move. So that one would have been one where you let's say it sounds so bad, but if you're making $40 or $50 and it moves 100 pips, that means you lost $50. That's okay. You made $50 on the previous 11. So 1-to-1 is not bad when you're profitable 80 or 90% of the time. We go on over. We look at 12 at 19. We're checking that out. We got midnight. We have 7. About 20 pips. 11-14, about 20 pips, 25 pips. Let's see here. Okay, we got a little bigger move. This was a unique day. We got looking over October 2013, checking that out, and it moved. It's really wow. Okay, this one moved really big. It didn't move big on the report. It moved big before the report. And what happened from the report to expiration, you're talking 20 pips. Thing is, it ran like 100 pips up before the report. So that's one of those, if you were straddling, you would have been out of the trade already. But if you're doing the opposite way and taking the iron condor, you'd be out of the trade. So And I know what some traders do. They'll go in and they'll actually put on some binaries, like really cheap ones. They'll do iron condors on some really cheap, and this is a great idea as long as you're getting enough. Let's say you're bringing in $40, $50, and if you can put them on, like, give up, say, $10 or whatever to put on some binaries. So if it does explode, they make a lot. You actually make more money when that happens. So if it stays in the range, you make money. If it blows outside the range, you actually can make some really good profit. Anyway, so we got 1017. Looking at this, what do we have? That was the big move. If we go back to 919, had about a 40 pip move on that one. And let's see, 815 was a big move day, but as far as our actual trade itself, about 35 pips. Going back to July 2013, and had a run up of about 77 pips, but came on back down and settled right about 40, 45. That's why I'm like, you need to bring in 40 at least on this trade over and over again. I'm seeing that. Not that I'm not seeing over and over 40, but it's just there's so many that are at 40. It's like to make sure you can be break even easily in the trade, you want to bring in at least $40 to make that a higher probability of being break even. Looking on over at June, 30, 40. So you ought to be able to easily get like somewhere between 40 and I'd say as high as maybe even 80 pips on this. If not, if it's stupid cheap, okay? The average move is 40 pips, solid. I mean, like it's higher than that. If you can't get at least $40 on the trade when you're doing iron condor by buying the lower spread and selling the upper spread, straddle it. Let's say you can get it for $20. Just straddle the stupid thing and take profits on. And look at the deviation level and take it off right before it hits that. So whatever your 1-to-1 would be before it hits that next deviation level, exit out of the trade, and you can set that take profit immediately, right? It's a set and forget take profit. That's one of the articles I put over on Yahoo Finance, where you can easily hop in there, put the trade on, and put the limit on, and walk away. So go to sleep, wake up, and by the way, all your trades are capped on Nadex. So this is New York. What? You put trades on and go to sleep? Okay, only because it's capped risk. So if you go to TFNN.com, you click on Nadex on the right side of the page, right there. Then what you'll see is you can get yourself a demo trading account, but everything is completely capped risk, and this is the best way to start. Get the demo account. Check out the webinar education tab. But fill this out. It takes about 15 seconds. First name, user, name, last name, password, all the fun details, phone number, and actually, you can put your password in. They'll email you a password, and check your email. Then you'll be able to log back in, and a couple seconds later, you have $25,000 of funny money in your account, and you can grow it or lose it to your heart's content, whatever, make your mistakes. I had a trader asked me today if they could do a $100 account. And I said, yes, you can actually open an account with $100, but I don't recommend just going in and blowing $100. I mean, like save up. Why would you open a $100 account? You'd actually do that so you could get your demo started and extended. And so let me show you that real quick over here, okay? Over on Nadex, if you log in and you get it set up, then what you're able to do is, like I say, you have plenty in there. 25 grand, and you can grow that up. I grew that up from 25. You can grow that up and play with that and save. Every professional sports player practices a lot before they show up to the game, and they don't stop after the game. They go back and they keep practicing in between games, okay? People get certifications. They go back for recertifications. Pilots go through a lot of training before they fly the plane. Traders should be trading a lot of demo. Don't trade it stupid, okay? If you're only going to put $1,000 in the account, that's fine, but don't trade it like you're going to have 25 grand. call them up and say, hey, can you cut my account balance down to 1,000? I think they'll raise it up to 225 for you. I think they'll lower for you. If they won't, just go in and put on a stupid trade that'll lose it. Okay, and just zero that thing out down to $1,000 and get it realistic. Place your positions, and if you can't grow that account by say $500, then don't trade. But get that thing up there. Give yourself a goal. Make it real. Make a financial incentive. Like, I want to start making money, so I need to make this much in demo before I can trade live. That'll get you going. Add something to it. But follow your rules. Trade it just like it was live. I mean, what's the difference? The difference is psychology. It's not the money. It's the psychology. It's the you. So get the muscle memory down. Get the confidence down. Don't let your guard down just because you can deal with taking a loss. Get in there and, hit it hard. Learn it. Take advantage of the education. Call me up. Let me know what you need. To be glad to help you out. Okay, right here on the show. And learn to master it. If you learn to master this, not only can you trade news and flat markets, you can trade stuff during volatile markets. But as you know, I showed one of the trades the other day. I love doing them. And that's going in and just throwing on I love hedging. So it's sort of funny because, I'll go in and, my goal was to make money on the futures, which means I'm going to lose money on Nadex. Think of it as a married put, right? Where you buy a stock and you buy a put. Well, I'll buy a future contract at the S&P, and I'll sell 5 spreads, which will equal basically $50 a point that the S&P moves against me. And put on just really, really, really low risk trades. To make it really easy, hop on over to the scanner, check that out. We have that available, and it makes things just a world. It's so amazing. It makes everything so much easier for you. If you're already a trader, okay, meaning if you're actively already trading, say futures or forex or stocks, leave the binaries alone. Okay, unless you want to trade at night. It's a great thing to trade at night. It's great to trade any time of day, but spreads are going to be more natural for you. I'm not saying they're bad. Personally, I actually traded spreads for about 9 months before I traded my first binary contract on Nadex. And it's just, they made more sense to me. Just when I buy and I sell, and I didn't have to worry about all the stuff. And I've learned how they all work, and I got it all down backwards and forwards now. But some made more sense than others. And let's say you're going in, you're looking for a trade, you're trying to find trades. There are plenty of trades in here that you can really take advantage of. Today, with all the implied volatility forced into the market, there can be some massive condor trades you could even take advantage of. And this is a great day to do those trades because there'll be so much IV built in from all the movement that's happened, especially this morning after that happened. And it doesn't really deflate just right away. So, we'll search for maybe a couple examples of some just good random high volatility condor trades. We get back right after this.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhoades, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com. Eastern legend tells of a fair maiden who was offered a rare gift by the king of the land, a bag of pearls. The king promised that she could keep the largest, most perfect pearl she could find with these 3 conditions. 1, choose only 1 pearl. 2, remove 1 pearl at a time, accept or reject it. And 3, if rejected, it would be lost forever. She began by looking at the pearls, passing on many special treasures. She delved deeper into the bag, and soon the pearls were replaced with pebbles. Sadly, she went home empty-handed. Folks, replace pearls with time, because we cannot go back even 2 seconds. We live in the eternal moment of now. So when now are you going to take advantage of my offer to you, a subscription to my daily investment newsletter service, Mastering Probability, where you can experience the most incredible pearls for trading and investing, the Rhoades Momentum Indicator and Strategy. The offer? It gets better. A 30-day money-back guarantee. Don't go home empty-handed. Mastering Probability. Available on the homepage of TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Join David White as he keeps you up to date on the latest tech stocks while he uses his Power Law Vector Indicator to identify the best trades. The Power Trading Hour, next on TFNN.
All right, folks, come on back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. Hope y'all are doing great today. And so we're just talking about, when you get these high volatility days, sometimes you can have some really good IV, implied volatility. And so there's a lot of ways to check this out, but let's look at the market. It's right here, about 1870 or so right now. And so what I'll do is I'll go down, I'll find the buys. And that's trading like right at the market. That's, So I'm trying to see if I can find something that's even better. $6. Nah, it's not enough. Let's see, 1865, that's right in the middle. Okay, so let's drop that one. Let's go over and check something out like we can look at the tech, we can look at natural gas, crude. See if we can find some IV in something over here. The fastest way to find out if there is IV in anything is to see if you see inverted proximities. So right there, there's that's actually pretty close to inverted proximity. It's trading right at the market. You can buy it 7 ticks below the market. That's not bad at all when you get it right at 0. But yeah, it went to -1. Let's see. So there's a little bit of inversion happening on the U.S. tech. Got a little bit happening over on crude. Now, usually a lot of times we'll have some major crude inversion, especially at night. I mean, like 30 ticks below market. So it's pretty sweet. If you're watching, you can use this proximity. There's one. I mean, I'm 21 ticks above. There's no value in it. But you also have IV where there is value. I mean, there's one that's 25, 26. Yeah. So you want that invert. You want a positive number on the sell side. You want a negative number on the buy side. What about natural gas? Yeah, no inversion today. So when you see that inversion, though, now there's another way to see the inversion is make sure you clear all your filters. I think I do have them all cleared out, so I don't think I'm robbing myself of anything. Yeah, there's 1, 2. That one actually has some profit in it, but it's not enough of an inversion to matter. And it's basically just when there's so much premium, it forces it in the other direction for you. It's pretty sweet. Those are like some of the best trades you can take. Okay, so we have all that knocked out. What about doing all these trades I'm always talking about, but going in and hedging your trade? To make it easy, let's just look at, say, a euro-dollar trade, okay? And so let's keep it simple. And pull that up. So let's say I wanted to trade the euro. And maybe I want to go long, maybe I want to go short. I'm just trying to open up a chart so I can give you and call you a trade out right now. I just don't think we're going to have time before the show is over. But if I did want to go long the euro, we'll just put it this way. If I wanted to go long the euro, I'd want to sell a spread to hedge it. So I'd hit the sell button, okay? Right up here. And my risk would be the difference. I invert these two numbers. So instead of proximity and max risk, this becomes proximity. And so I go, okay, so that means I got to basically move about 7 ticks to be profitable on the trade, but I only have 3 ticks of risk, but it's only 2 minutes. Okay, that's useless. I got to move 4 ticks. I only have $10 of risk, and I get how big of it? $95 stop loss for the next hour? I like that. What else do you got for me? All right, so go down. There's an 8 points to break even. 4 pips with the 240 pip risk. The euro dollar isn't moving 240 pips in the next hour. It's not worth me giving up that room to break even, so I don't care. Let's get rid of that. There's my hedge. So I go long right now. I can sell that. I couldn't lose more than 10 ticks in the next hour. I have to remove 3 ticks on break even. And it'll hedge me 95 pips against me with no cap on my profit if the euro dollar keeps running. It's called the ultimate hedge strategy. And we'll be teaching you more about that over the next week. Hope you have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow on the Diagnostic Trading Hour.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
You're watching Tiger TV.